Somehow your LA Wakers continue their win streak into week 4 of the SPL Pokemon Draft League. But this week we're taking on ShroomRaver, a fantastic coach who has taken over for our boy Kale. And his team is incredibly nasty, starting off with Incineroar and Amoonguss. But one starter wasn't enough for him as he also has Primarina. For Tailwind support, he has both Hydreigon and Noivern. And if he wants to go Trick Room mode, he can use Oranguru. His Stonejourner can power up his other Pokemon via its ability. His Mamoswine can wreak havoc in Tailwind. His Booster Energy Iron Val is faster than my entire team, and Eviolite Duraludon can be very annoying to take down. Because he has a ton of hard hitters, it's time to do what Deoxys Speed is known for, and that's set up dual screens. With Reflect and Light Screen, I can soften the blow from his strong attackers. With Light Clay basically meaning they're there for the entirety of the game. Icy Wind can allow me to slow down his team, and Psycho Boost gives me a means of dealing with both Amoonguss and Iron Valiant. I went Calm Natured, Max HP, and Special Defense because this allows me to live a Terrago Shadow Ball that's also Life Orb boosted from Iron Valiant. This combination is possible and can outspeed me if it's next to Oranguru with Symbiosis. And for my Terra type, I went Fairy to resist Incineroar and Hydreigon. We have dual screens, so now we need our setup Pokemon, which is why we have Tailglow Manaphy next, with a Mental Herb in order to ignore Encore from Iron Valiant, and knock it out with a +3 Scald. My EVs allow me to outspeed Hydreigon and knock it out with a +3 Ice Beam. And Energy Ball, especially with my Terra Grass, can knock out Primarina at +3, while also avoiding Rage Powder and Spore from Amoonguss. Next up, we have Terra Poison Annihilape to tank hits from Iron Valiant and Primarina, while my Safety Goggles allows me to ignore Rage Powder and evade Spore. I want enough speed for Pokemon like Primarina, so I can threaten it with a bulk up boosted Rage Fist, and my attack EVs mean that I can KO Incineroar most of the time at +2 with Drain Punch. My last move was Protect to stall out either Trick Room or Tailwind. Sneasel actually has a fantastic dual stab versus my opponent's team because only Primarina can take it on. With an Adamant Nature, I can outspeed all of Shroom's Pokemon besides Iron Valiant and Noivern. My Focus Sash, Sneasel's guaranteed to live one hit, with Inner Focus to avoid Flinch, and also block Intimidate from Incineroar. My Terra Stellar Triple Axle can actually knock out Amoonguss, and of course boost my knockoff to deal with a more defensive Oranguru. I went Fake Out just to stall out turns of Trick Room or Tailwind, and my last move is Taunt, which allows me to stop Amoonguss from going for Spore or Rage Powder, and also stop Oranguru from going for Trick Room. But even if my opponent does bring Trick Room, I have a really nasty Life Orb Hydrapple set that's slower than my opponent's entire team outside of Amoonguss, and can threaten them with the combination of Draco Meteor, Giga Drain, and Terra Blast Steel, which not only allows me to deal with Iron Valiant's Moonblast and Primarina's Dazzling Gleam, but also knock out Iron Valiant and maybe a Terra Fairy Primarina in the process. Being Terra Steel, it also makes Mamoswine's attacks a 50-50, whether it wants to use Ground or Ice type. Of course, I don't want to depend on only my opponent's Trick Room, so I have Bronzong to set my own. I have a Lumberry because if Amoonguss tries to go for Spore, I can avoid it, and then safely set up a safeguard for the rest of my team to avoid status. I went Heavy Slam for Iron Valiant, but also to hit Amoonguss and Trick Room Primarina harder, since Gyro Ball would be minimal base power, while Body Press lets me threaten Incineroar, Hydreigon, and Duraludon. Bronzong's natural typing is really good here for the combination of Mamoswine and Primarina. My Terra Water allows me to better take on Hydreigon, while also tanking Liquid Voice Hyper Voices from Primarina. So that's my team for week 4 of the SPL Pokemon Draft League. If you've been enjoying this content, let me know, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, as I upload these every Sunday. Also, please check out my opponent ShroomRaver. Not only is his content awesome, but it's also very creative, and if you check out his side, you'll see exactly what I mean. I also want to give a shout out to Kale, who had to drop for personal reasons, but thank you again ShroomRaver for taking over for him. And of course, a big shout out to Tony Flygon, Genesis, and Hopeless for all the help this week, as well as Gentleman Thomas for the thumbnail image and Pedro for the awesome editing. I've held you up long enough, so let's get right into the battle. Alright, week 4, we are fighting ShroomRaver. Big shout out to him for being able to take over since Kyle had to unfortunately drop. A lot of threats on that team. I think to start it off, we're going to kind of test the waters with Manaphy Deoxys, and then just go Archaludon plus Sneasel. Excuse me, Annihilape plus Sneasel. I'm seeing Duraludon. Annihilape plus Sneasel in the back, and then we'll probably try the Trick Room mode in game 2. Terra Water Amoonguss, Terra Fairy Primarina, so I'm thinking Throat Spray, Terra Grass, Mamoswine, Oranguru's Terra Bug, Noivern's Terra Steel, and Duraludon is Terra Grass. Noivern does have access to Tailwind, so we want to be aware of that, of course, and we definitely want to be able to get up our screens. Noivern that, so I'm assuming it's Tailwind, and is it Frisk as well? Let's see. Pressure goes first, obviously, so we know it's not Choice Scarf. It is Frisk, okay. So it's not Infiltrator, which is nice. Frisk, and then, yeah, there's Mamoswine. I think in this case, I do want to get up the Reflect more than I want to do anything else. And I think I'm going to Tail Glow. We'll see how well that goes for me in front of Noiverningtons. But I definitely think I want to Tail Glow. We know it's not Choice Scarf Noivern. At least, because again, Deoxys is faster. Frisk is cool, so I don't have to worry about Infiltrator. Mamoswine might end up going for a Terra here. It is Terra Grass. Alright, Mamoswine goes for Protect. That's probably best case scenario because we're not forced to take a double hit here. Tailwind? I'm assuming Tailwind from Noiverningtons. Let's see. There's a Tailwind, yep. Alright, and then we get a little Tail Glow off. I definitely should respect Mamoswine more than I'm going to in this game. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to actually double attack into the... Gonna Icy Wind here. Mamoswine's most likely going to Terra Grass, so I want to... Do I Icy Wind? Might be better. Yeah, I'm going to Icy Wind because next turn I can go for a... Next turn I can probably go for a Light Screen. So I'm gonna just double attack Noivern. I think Mamoswine might Terra. Just having Reflect up though is really, really good. Protect. Noivern might end up switching out into Primarina. They end up going for the Raw Hurricanes. Does a lot of damage, and I get confused. Oh man, this reminds me of my game versus In Vivid Color back in the day, and Knockoff on Dio. Oof, that is Life Orb. Right? It has to be. That's not Life Orb. My God. All right, if I get rid of Noivern here, that's amazing, though. We'll see if that actually ends up happening. I get a crit. I mean, if I hit myself, the crit doesn't matter if I break through anyway. If I don't break through, it's obviously a little bit more annoying. Yeah, all right, so the crit did not matter. Hurricane, and this has Knock. Nice, so we were able to lower Mamoswine's speed and break any potential Focus Sash as well. Tailwind obviously has multiple turns left. I'm assuming Primarina is going to want to come out now. The demon that is Primarina, that is. If I get up a Light Screen, I'm in an okay spot. Mamoswine. It should be Primarina, right? Maybe Duraludon. Lagoon sounds like Duraludon and Tins. Primarina, okay. We're going to Light Screen now. And they attack into me. I think I'm going to hit Mamoswine because if I become a poison type versus Primarina, I'm okay, and Mamoswine obviously hinders that. Well, Scald is there's no reason not to Scald into Mammo. At worst case, Mammo should still outspeed my Dio though. Actually, no. No, because I got the Icy Wind off. Nice. And again, I didn't think Primarina would kill me. So again, if we break through... If we do break through here... Let's see. Come on, Manaphy. You are the captain of the Bronze Beartics. I know you did a lot for me in the... Yeah. Well, we could have killed Mamoswine there. Is what it is, right? Is what it is. Nice. All right, so another Knock. They do find out information, which is unfortunate. Gonna Psycho Boost the Mammo, and I'm gonna attempt to Energy Ball this. Let's see if they have Ice Shard. I kind of doubt they fit Ice Shard on this. I think they would put a nice move instead. Mammo might end up protecting as well, or Terastallizing. I just want to get an Energy Ball off into Primarina if I can. Good to know that even in Tailwind, Primarina is still slower. D-Gleam. Yeah, that would have been a dead Mammo there. And then I think this is the last turn Tailwind. So we do see a Terra. Is it Mamoswine's Terra? Or is it Primarina's? It is Primarina's Terra. Okay. Ideally, we are able to get off a Psycho Boost on Mamoswine then. That will help out my Ape. It is just Protect. Okay. Good turn as well. Very good turn, but... Because this could be a double down. But let's see if we get off a +3 Energy Ball. It's still good damage all around. Oh, I'm dumb. Duh, it is faster than me. Okay, I thought I didn't see the turn properly. Well, that's an unfortunate turn. A very unfortunate turn, I will say. Just because Mamoswine will be dead. But we can do something from here. Tailwind's gone, so we're okay. Oh, God, the place on the left and place on right is so annoying. I don't know. Oh, okay. I have to do it again. All right, a little bit annoying to start, but it is what it is. I think best chance is just to terrestrialize and bulk up. And then I'm going to fake out into Mammo. I'm going to ignore that slot for now. Basically, Primarina is annoying, but I'm going to ignore it for sure. I mean, I hit all my pumps versus Aaron, right? I can't be too upset about this knockless, this only knock Mammo. I gotta be careful around that though, because I do want to try Trick Room mode, but it might not be the greatest into this. Especially because Mammo is Terra Grass. They can't Terrasilize here though. It's only Dazzling Gleam so far. We're gonna fake out a Mammo again just to give Ape a another free turn to set up. And the reason we're not going for a fake out on Prima is because we're a poison type, so at least we can take the hit. I do end up switching out. This is fine. Is this Amoonguss or what is this? This is the Ralladon. Okay, cool. We can bulk up here. We'll be able to eat every hit. And then we'll be able to knock out Mamoswine in the following turn. So, a good turn for me. Unless I wasn't paying attention, that was Clear Amulet Mamoswine for some reason to my Intimidate-less team. Or is it Cover Cloak? Is it Cover Cloak? We'll find out, actually. But through bulk up, we're good as well. We wouldn't Earthquake here, so it is not Cover Cloak. Okay, cool. I am going to simply Drain Punch into Mammo, and I am going to knock off Duraludon. I think that's relatively safe. Get to find out Duraludon's item. I guess it could Thunder Wave me if it has it. Maybe I should have taunted it. Assuming it has Thunder Wave. But I do think taunting it is just best case scenario either way. Or you mean knocking it. Alright, so let's see what it is. It's Eviolite. That dude is super Eviolite. Alright, Mammo goes down. Beautiful. We still have enough screen turns left, and we can also boost our Rage Fist if we really want to. We do see a Dragon Pulse come out. And there we go. We are now currently boosted. So this is Ape. This is the power of Ape. I want to find out a little bit more information as well. I think I'm going to Drain Punch into Duraludon, and I think I'm going to actually knock off Primarina. We're just going to find out as much information, get as much information as we can from this game. Dragon Pulse. Because I have no idea if that's Specs or not. He definitely has Trick Room mode as an option, though, so we want to be aware of that. Let's see. What item is that? That is Choice Specs, yes. Choice Specs, nice. And my Ape is faster than everything, so nice. All right, so this should be a win here. It should be a win at this point. They would have to not only crit my Ape through screens, but then they would have to dodge triple axle multiple times, and that did nothing. Man, screen is so good. Hydro Pump. All right, we just Rage Fist into Primarina, and that should be a kill. I am not going to reveal any of my new moves into Primarina, so I'm not going to give him any extra information. I want him to think I don't have an ice move, I want him to think I don't have taunt or anything like that. I am just going to pick off the Primarina right there. Nice. No reason to give any extra information for game 2. Mamoswine only used knockoff the entire time, so you know what? I'm only using 2 moves on all my Pokemon as well. That's actually all he did. Duraludon, Dragon Pulse, well that's 1. But like Mamoswine Protect knockoff, Noivern, Tailwind, Hurricane, Primarina, Dazzling Gleam, Hydro Pump. Alright. So Ape looked really good under screens, obviously. So that was a nice one. I can definitely see an Amoonguss angle coming out later. It being Specs Primarina makes it a little bit less scary, I think. Because like Throat Spray or anything like that could be scary. Play again with the same rules. Sorry, I just drank some water. If y'all are enjoying this, by the way, please let me know. Consider leaving a like, consider subbing to the channel. On my way to 500,000 subs. This is week... Is this week 4? Oh, this is week 4. I thought it was week 5, man. I really thought it was week 5. I mean, I know it's week 4, but I thought it was week 5. Preparations complete. I think it was trying to catch a Bronzong upon switching several times, by the way. I think that's what was happening there. Oh, does Mamoswine learn Stomping Tantrum? Then because it doubles in power when it fails, right? That's cool. Unfortunately, I have Protect on one Pokemon because that is the way I roll. Okay. Very similar, I think. I think those two are very good in the back. I kind of want to try Trick Room mode. I don't think I need to, but I kind of want to try it. But I won't be able to Terra if I bring mana. We'll adjust in the third game. I do think Trick Room mode is good, and I think that he is going to do a little bit different with his Terras, or be a little different with his Terras. He might actually single out 8 more, but I also think that if Manaphy, like turn 1, for instance, I can Icy Wind plus Ice Beam into Noivern and then prevent, like that could have been a play, but I didn't want to fight, what's it called? I didn't want to fight Covert Cloak, and then I get no screens out of that. That could have been the play, though. Oh, let's see if I can actually do that. All right, Oranguru. Nice. So this is a Reflect. Reflect. And Tail Glow. I can see a Trick Room coming up for sure. Mamoswine, obviously, with Terra Grass is a little bit annoying because it has Thick Fat as well, but it does also a +3 mana fee. So regardless of Thick Fat, let's see Mamoswine. This might actually be a tough turn for my op because we might see a switch. Ice Beam, Terra Grass. Let's see. Just want to see how much it does when it's weak to it. 75 to 89 to 0 bulk. Okay, good to know. So Terra Grass Memo is like, it is good. It's good. Ain't nothing wrong. There's no denying it's good. So we get a Tail Glow off here. Nice. Earthquake tears open the ground. You got the Telepathy. Ooh. And Foul Play into Dio. Perfect. All right. I'm going to light screen here, and I'm going to actually ignore Mamoswine, which I think might protect. And I'm going to attack into... Mamoswine, I think, might protect or go for Terra. So I don't want to get the play wrong for no reason. So what I'd much rather do is just Scald into Oranguru. Foul Play. God, Mamoswine's so strong. Why did that Earthquake, like, spread move through Reflect still do so much to Manaphy, which has HP investment? That's what's crazy to me. I don't know, in my opinion. We can say Protect from Mamoswine as well. I just think I think targeting into... Oh, that means they could also have Surf over Muddy Water because it can't hit Oranguru. That's a cool thought. But yeah, this time I actually get full turns of Light Screen and Reflect. And Light Screen lasting longer. This is the only physical Mon on his team, right? It's only Mamoswine. Yep, there's the Protect. That's fine. Maybe we expect the Trick Room. Let's see. This works out. I don't... I do think some Mon should always run Protect. I think Mamoswine is one of them, to be fair. But I just don't... I don't be doing it because I don't feel the need to sometimes in practice. All right, Foul Play knocks me out. Beautiful. Oranguru's Terra type is Bug. This should be a free... This should be a free bulk up now with Ape. Again, I am under screens. I don't feel that threatened. I don't have to Terrasilize here either. And I can just Scald. And the great thing is I also have Terra Grass on Manaphy, so if Amoonguss does come in the back, we're okay. No Trick Room has been set up for Oranguru though, so I'm a little surprised. But +3 Scald is just a free slot into the Oranguru, and Annihilape under Reflect with a bulk up. Even if Reflect wasn't here, man, I was eating them hits anyway. So Ape is looking really, really strong right now. Ape is looking very, very strong. I'm glad we went the dual screens option. What is the Terra type? Terra Grass. Terra Grass makes sense. Terra Grass makes sense. Yep. It literally makes sense to click Terra Grass. Depending on what's in the back, I might end up Terrasalizing my Mon again. All right, so Oranguru goes down. Perfect. Don't have to worry about any Instruct stuff. And we get that bulk up. He needs to get a little bit lucky now, I think. Oh, Memo being faster first is interesting. Memo is faster. Faster than Ape. That might be low-key bad for my op, though. Especially depending on what comes out now. Noiverningtons. Safety goggles. They do find my safety goggles. They do find my items. I am going to Terra Poison. No. I'm gonna protect. I'm gonna Ice Beam into you, because you can't kill me. And like, basically, I can tear our next game. I can tear our next turn. And I also have Fake Out pressure as well. I don't want to tear if I don't need to. I do not want to tear if I don't need to. Earthquake next to Tailwind is pretty safe as well for my op. Ideally, Noivern is not Focus Sash, so I just KO it here too. There is the Protect, yeah. Safe. Tailwind auto works though, so he thinks I'm going to target into it. Let's see, we see a Protect as well. My first, what is that, my first one of the season? Maybe my second. Tailwind, yep. There we go, makes sense. And it is not Focus Sash. Okay, cool. Not Sash. Makes sense. Ape. We do want to worry about that Dazzling Gleam. Obviously, that's going to come out right now. I will be able to take Earthquake into Dazzling Gleam, though. If I Terrasilize, can I take Earthquake into Dazzling Gleam? I think I can. I think I do. And I feel like the play is to kill Prima, right? Well, it kind of depends. Killing Mammal might actually be better. Mammal could be... Do we know if Mammal Sash? I don't remember if I ever attacked. I don't remember. How many turns our screens are up? I'm gonna kill Primero. I'm gonna Energy Ball into Primero too, just in case. I am gonna be weak to this Earthquake. It's gonna do a lot. But now I am bulked up, so it makes a difference. Like, Ape is gonna take less. +1. Reflect up. I think killing Primero is worth it. Crash is there on... Oh, Crash is trying to flinch me. Tries to flinch me there. So, provided I didn't get flinched, this worked out better for me because now this might just die if it's a really offensive one. Yeah, and then I get the Rage for stuff. So he literally had to flinch me there. It makes sense. So it only mattered he flinched me. And now, I mean, I guess... Now my Rage is going to do 1,000,000,000%. And now Memo can't win, no matter what. He tried to go for... It was Sash Mamo. Okay. I don't think we knew that from before. But now it's just Mamoswine versus the world, and it can't flinch my Sneasel, and Knockoff is a guaranteed win, so there's no reason to actually... I guess Protect, and then Scald is the play. Yep. I think Protect with Scald is the play, I guess. Let's see. Bulk up 8, man. Because if I go down, I go next turn. I have Sneasel. Mamoswine, that should go down. Yeah. So, Manaphy goes down, and then I bring out Sneasel, and then I have Fake Out Pressure plus Attack, and then I believe that's the last turn Pale One. So that, I think Protect was the play. There you go, guys. I use Protect on my Ape sometimes. Everybody's happy. It's just really funny seeing those. You should use Protect more. I'm like, do I have to? The real play is to the real play is to attack my Ape with Triple Axle and hope it's not Ice Shard last. It's not Ice Shard. We literally saw moves and then knock off, just booster the attack. But nice. All right, so we go 4-0 now. Yeah, LA Wickers are somehow 4-0 in a VGC season. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've still yet to bring my Bronzong, who has been on the team and who's been exceptionally good in mocks, right? In this one in particular, it was so good in mocks. It was good in many weeks in mocks, even versus Aaron with his Spectrier Grimmsnarl. Like, it was so good in mocks, and I still haven't yet to use it. Same thing with the Yancey. The Yancey's come to like maybe 1 or 2 games, but never been in the actual battle. But good game to Shroom, guys. Make sure you go ahead and check him out. I'll hit him up for a post-game interview. I also appreciate him taking over for Kyle, obviously making some trades to the team, making a nice, strong Tailwind offensive version as well. Bulk Up Annihilape is an absolute monster. I will see you guys in the interview and next week where we take on Joe. I'll see ya. So here I am with my boy ShroomRaver. Big shout out to him once again for taking over for Kale. Say hi to the people. Tell them about yourself. Do whatever you gotta do, bro. Let them know.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me along. Like I say, I'm only too happy to take over Carl's team. The man is the GOAT, as we know. But yeah, I'm ShroomRaver. I don't play VGC. But like, as soon as I got the message, like, did I want to take over? I was like, absolutely yes. Like, I will. I've been watching a fair amount of VGC over the last year. Like, obviously watching the man, the myth, the legend, the wolf, do his thing. But like, I haven't really given any serious consideration to playing VGC since Megas were a thing.
That's very fair. That is very fair, I think, too. I feel like that was the last time I did too.
Yeah, I was running city things, like I was running Mega Ordino Stall in VGC. Just I was running skill swap with Furfrou to give myself fur coat and set up comm mines. Furfrou just sitting there spamming Snarl and Charm.
That's great.
I got a Mega Metagross to the point where its Meteor Mash was doing 9% to Mega Ordino. That was probably one of my highlights of ever playing VGC.
Were you wishing as well? Like, were you using Wish as well to keep yourself alive?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nice. I'm a fan.
And like, I think outside of that, my biggest thing was running Marowak. Like, I was running Belly Drum Marowak next to Trick Room Bro with Heal Pulse. I was rewatching some of my VGC things just to see if any of the skills were transferable. They're not. Not from back then. But like, I played 11 games with that team and Marowak got 38 kills.
Oh my god.
It killed everything on the other side in every match and 5 of my own mons.
Just the selfie cues.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Just stat pad, you know.
Yeah.
My favorite part about that was when I came up against Swag Play, and Thunderous confused my Marowak, and I did 96% to myself. We like to have a bit of fun here, you know.
Hey, I'm a fan. I love Marowak too. That mon is. I always say that mon's the mon that just has that habit, that annoying habit, especially when you're fighting it, of not dying in one move. It almost always lives one move.
It's definitely one of those, and it's not one you expect. You think, oh, it's a Marowak, that'll go down in one. No, absolutely not, it won't. But yeah, I mean, none of those skills from running Megas were really that transferable to like now. And like, I wanted to keep Kyle's team as much as I could. I didn't trust myself to carry on his vision, and you know, for all the swamp lovers out there, I apologize for dropping the swamp with no more pledges. But I didn't trust myself. But I was happy with like some of the changes he made. Like, he brought in a Rangaroo just before I joined, and that was like the first thing I was going to do anyway. Was bring in a Rangaroo.
It's such a sick mon. I like that you committed, by the way, to Tailwind instead of like running like Trick Room mode, because I feel like they could have actually done both. But it obviously mattered because the speed definitely mattered, outspeeding my Pokemon in this game. Like like, had you have done like Tailwind plus this, but also Trick Room or Oranguru for Primarina, because Primarina could be a threat regardless. But...
Yeah. I ummed and ahed over Trick Room, and I was like, no, I'm going to commit to Tailwind and just have my like base 80s and around there just be enough to outpace Manaphy
makes sense,
under the Tailwind,
which is what they did.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. We're getting there.
It's fine, dude. I'm still learning too. Like, I'll be honest. I'm not even running Protect on most mons every week. Like, I had one mon with Protect. It was the Ape in this game. The rest is just like, nope, attack. I don't want to. I just attack. But I mean, you took a similar. Yeah, obviously you have Protect here, but you did a similar. Oh yeah, I guess here. But you did a similar thing. Obviously, I like Specs Primarina a lot. I fought some Throat Spray ones, which I think were pretty cool. But Specs is really nice because you get the initial one.
Yeah. Oh, I like Throat Spray. I should have thought of that. Damn.
For a future week, one thing I fought was Oranguru with Symbiosis, and then it would be it would set up Trick Room next to Throat Spray Primarina. Primarina would go for Hyper Voice, get its Throat Spray, and then it would steal the Life Orb from Oranguru. Similar, you could do that with Iron Val with its booster energy and immediately take the Life Orb. Just some things that I I saw that I think could be cool. Telepathy obviously really cool too, because just not having the Marowak syndrome where you're killing your own Pokemon.
Exactly. That was kind of where I took that inspiration from. You know, I just didn't consider bulk up Marowak. Marowak? No, not Marowak. What are we talking about? Annihilate, that's the one.
Annihilate, yeah.
Which is crazy because you've already used it. I should have paid attention. I wasn't paying attention.
I
That's
mean,
on me.
I've gone back and forth between like everything. I've just been using Final Gambit plus bulk up. Like, it's just I was gonna be like Gunk Shot or Poison Jab Terra Poison just for the Oko on Primo, but I'm like, bulk up is just good. Even if they know it's coming, like I always have triple axle. Like I didn't reveal any move besides knock off fake out, which was on purpose. But I always have like triple axle into into Rage Fist as well. So like. That was like the idea behind it. I really wanted to bring these two into game 3 because I figured, okay, he's hard committing to Tailwind, so I could do Nasty Plot Hydrapple next to Zong. But I was like, I'm only gonna do that if he beats this 4, because because Ape was very, very strong into you, which is why also that turn, like I protected versus Noivern because I was like, okay, maybe he Tailwinds, he Tailwinded, but like if he Hurricanes into Ape, it's way better if I can KO Noivern. For it, and I got to find out the sash. I don't think I found out if Mamo was sash until literally last game.
Yeah, until that second one.
Yeah.
Like that was always going to be my opener. Was always going to have to be like I'm committing to Tailwind and Mamo trying to do the work. Like Amoonguss looked like a great thing, but I don't know. I never saw the opportunity. I think it was going to certainly come in on like game 3. I was terrified of Manaphy. Yeah, obviously. That thing is beastly.
That's good. It just does. Does what it needs to.
Yeah, exactly. And I was considering bringing it along game 2. I was like, no, I want to give Oranguru the go, see if it can work some magic as a lead, and then try Tailwind later when we've got a little bit more chip. I didn't get it quick enough.
Was the I like the Stalwart on Duraludon, so that ignores like Rage Powder, right? And Follow Me.
Yeah, it ignores. And you know what? We take Forest seriously here. I know what that thing can do.
Hey, it's a good mon, man. It's a good mon.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I'll take that thing as seriously all day, every day. I was like, nah, if Forest's gonna try and protect that Manaphy, we are not playing ball.
No, I agree. I think it's a good option. It definitely was an option here too. The other option I was looking at was either that or Poltergeist as well, because certain variations of Poltergeist could go work, especially with Terra like water. So it could tank on Mamoswine and also hit from Primarina, but ended up with just these 4 or these 6. One day I will bring Bronzong to a game, I promise. That mon will come out.
We believe in Bronzong. It can do this.
I liked I wanted to test the waters with screens too, because while Noivern could obviously be Infiltrator, Frisk is just like, knowing my items immediately makes life so much easier. Like,
yeah.
I love the Noivern bring, by the way. I saw some Hydreigon. I didn't see much Noivern, so I love the Noivern bring in general. And I love that you have the Terra Blast, Terra Steel to just nuke my DNC, which I think was also pretty decent in this matchup. Because with Terra, DNC is really good in my opinion.
That was the thing. Like I was worried about Diancie coming and terroring on like the Mamo or the Prim. If I had a Tailwind up, you get Trick Room, and suddenly now I'm in this room.
Yeah, Diamond Storm spam into you, and it's really strong and hard to beat. I agree.
Yeah, or even like having Air Bloom to get around Mamo that way was an option.
Oh, that's fair too, because then I don't have to fear Noivern, and then I just go for the Trap. I wasn't even thinking Terra Blast. I saw Terra Steel, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe let's take on Sneasel. But yeah, no, Terra Blast was actually a really cool call, and you definitely would have caught me. Like, I would have definitely not protected with DNC, Raw Trick Roomed, and probably died immediately.
Quite possibly, yeah. But yeah, I was I was quite happy with the building. Like my people who I build with, like they're not VGC players either. So I was like, I'm taking part in the SPL, and they all went, we don't know how to play that. So it's a learning experience for us all, you know.
Your people sound like Ellie.
Funny you should say that.
Yeah, I know. You usually say, we don't know how to play that. I was like, the first person in my head that I thought of was Ellie. So
yeah. It's like Ellie and Grey and Onesie. I think the person who sometimes helps out, who knows the most, is like Lux, who they do a bit of VGC here and there. So they've been pretty helpful and all. But it was, it's just basically been a bit of a baptism of fire. But I'm here for it, I'm here for it.
No, and I'm sure, you got 4 weeks left. Obviously, you came in at 0-3, which is not your, that's not on you. But I'm sure there's rack up some wins as the game keeps going. More importantly, obviously have a good time. There's also half the season left. It's top 12 that makes playoffs, so it's definitely still possible to make playoffs as well.
Oh yeah, still doable. Still doable.
Very doable, and I'm excited to see how like you go with the team, right? You try Tailwind mode. Obviously, I think there's Trick Room mode, there's Rage Powder Redirect mode with your team. There's also like Iron Defense to Duraludon type stuff. Like the way I was looking at it and the way I've been doing it is like what sets can work regardless of what I know. Like obviously you'll have your support move, but this is just at the end of the day, this is just a dual screen Deoxys, right? And instead of Rocks, it has Icy Wind. This is just a regular bulk up ape. Instead of Rest or Taunt, it has Protect, right? So like, and this is I don't think my Manaphy's ran Protect except for week 1, but this is just like standard Manaphy. So I'm like, what Mons can put in work no matter like the situation, whether it's doubles or singles, and that's kind of how like my approach has been with what to use in terms of move. So this was obviously the first test for dual screens. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
That's it. Like especially with your team. Like as I remember watching your week 1, and it was like, okay, this is we are built to facilitate Manaphy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same here. And you can prep till the cows come home about, okay, how do I stop facilitate Manaphy? And it's just so hard, especially with that. Like I led with Noivern to get the frisk off. As soon as I saw Light Clay, I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a problem.
They last even when you knocked me. Like, it's crazy how long... Like, obviously, that one didn't affect that one, but, like, for Reflect, it's crazy how long the screens last in these games. Because the games are, like, what, 7 turns? It just feels like more because you're double attacking. So this can last for the entirety... Like, I've never had dual screens last for an entirety of a game, which is wild to me. And obviously, people can bring Brick Break, but, like, if you're wasting a turn Brick Breaking, you're getting hit with... First off, I could bring an ape, but, like, you're wasting a turn. I can attack with my boosted Manaphy and stuff like that as well.
But then you've got the issue that I know you've said it before as well, of like screens in singles you can play around. It's like you don't always bring Psychic Fangs or Brick Break because you can just store them out. But it's such a different meta. Like if you don't have an in to get rid of them, they are there to stay. Yeah, and you're just going to have to play against them. It's a different way of working around. It's difficult to do.
No, I know, I agree completely, and that's why I like Deoxys specifically. And I was saying in the beginning of the season, I was like, I think this mon's going to surprise a lot of people, and I think it has so far, right? It's gotten 1 billion kills so far, and I've only used offensive, right? This is my first support that I've used in this season. So like, I just think I compared it to Regieleki when I had it in the PPL, where it could just do so much for me, and it's just so good at what it does. And I'm happy that it's doing its thing, but I'm also happy that the the babies are doing their thing too. Shout out to Sneasel. And
yeah, man, Sneasel's been great from what I've seen from it so far.
Besides Snarl missing, but Sneasel's been pretty good.
First one, those Snarl misses were unfortunate. But like, I get the feeling that Sneasel's going to be one of those ones for your team where like it doesn't necessarily take any glory, but it's so useful.
It's a 6-man, like it's the full on support, and that homie is doing everything for me. For sure. Was there any mon that you expected me to bring that I didn't bring, or was it like, or what were you surprised to see on my team? I'm actually I want to talk about that too when after you say yours.
So I mean I was fully anticipating like those first 3, like Sneasel, Manaphy, and Annihilape. I was like they are gonna be here.
Yes.
The Bronzong I was always sort of like this. I mean Bronzong I was prepped for. Like normally I'd have wanted to run Shards on Mamo. But with Bronzong levitating around, I was like, I need to have something for it. That was why I had quite a bit of dark coverage. And Ghost, like Shadow Ball on Noivern, was pretty much there for that.
Yep.
The Hydrapple was kind of on the boundaries of my mind. It was, if there was one I was going to be a bit surprised about, it was the Hydrapple. But like you look at what it can do in that 3rd game under a Trick Room that hadn't been revealed yet.
Yeah.
That was something. So it was the Hydrapple and probably the screens on Deoxys, not Deoxys itself necessarily, but the screens itself, I wasn't expecting, and I paid the price.
No, that's fair. I thought Iron Val was coming, like his booster speed looked really cool with Terra Ghost, which is why I made this back. Oh, you had that? You had that, Boomer?
I had that for the longest time. I had boost speed Encore Iron Val.
Yes.
And I looked at my team like I think a couple of nights ago. And I was like, well, Joey can make Deoxys outspeed that in some way, shape, or form, and if he fears it, he will. Also, why is Primarina not on this team? Because I had just not put it there for some reason, I don't even know. So I was like, I need Primarina on this.
Oh no,
and
for sure.
Val was just like the one to go, unfortunately.
Fairy Water is really strong, period, and yeah, that's definitely true as well. Actually, that Terra Ghost. So I told you about Terra Ghost Life Orb. Iron Val because it gets this the ability from, or it gets it from Oranguru. So that's why actually originally I was speed on this thing for certain variations of Val. If you didn't run max speed on it, you couldn't outspeed me. And then I had some like HP and stuff like that. But I went max speed F because it lives a Terra Ghost Life Orb Shadow Ball from Val, right? So I can get up a light screen. And then that's also, Val was also the reason why I had Mental Herb on Manaphy. Because Mental Herb plus Terra Grass means I don't worry about Rage Powder, I don't worry about Spore, but I also don't worry about the Encore from Val so I can KO it, which was like the big thing. And because I ended up with this item, I ended up changing it to Safety Goggles Ape with Protect instead of Gunk Shot.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were gonna run what's that ability? The other one that Annihilape gets.
Oh, Vital Spirit.
Vital Spirit, so you could free up goggles on like
Manaphy or
someone else, and maybe be running Rain Dance for it. Like I was kind of anticipating Safety Goggles Foreigner to set the rain again.
That makes sense.
You get the hydration to get rid of it, and then you got Vital Spirit. I figured there would be a lot of anti-Amoongus play, which is why I went Assault Vest instead of trying to run a support set.
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, that's also why I went like Terra Stellar Sneasel.
Yeah.
Because I originally had like low kick here, but Taunt was good for the Spore anyway, and if you Terra it. And then Terra Stellar Triple Axle knocks out defensive Amoongus. Terra Stellar Triple Axle is actually very strong too. It can knock out like Fairy Primarina. Yours is very defensive, so there's a difference. But it can knock out Fairy Primarina with just a little bit of damage on it. So that was kind of like the difference between that. And I changed it to Lumberry Bronzong with Safeguard, so that because like if it's next to Hydrapple, you kind of have to Spore Bronzong. So I tank it on the Trick Room because you're faster than me. I tank it, and then I go for the Safeguard, and then Hydrapple has freedom to Terra Steel without worrying. Same thing with the rest of the team as well.
Just by hitting things.
Yeah, exactly. That was like the idea behind it. But obviously, I was only going to bring this in game. I think this combo looked very strong into you. But I was only going to bring it in game 3 if the same 4 didn't work again, because I noticed I was like, okay, it's very difficult for Shroom to actually KO these two, especially with Terra, even with like the Earthquaking Mammo at the end. And I think you made the right play, which was like to try and flinch.
Yeah, it has to be done.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. You had to flinch me, and then you had to go for Dazzling Gleam from there, and then because Tailwind was going to end soon, and then Ape could just like. If Ape doesn't get flinched, it was a lose-lose, because obviously I double attacked into Primarina, so Manaphy goes first, Energy Ball KOs Prima, and then Rachis goes into from there. But I felt also confident because I had Sneasel in the back, and like obviously you had thick fat on Mammo, but it would still do a good chunk with Triple Axle because of the grass weakness. So like neutral, right? So it would be good all around. But dude, it was fun. I'm happy to introduce you into this.
I kept my initial build going. So I'm just looking at it now. Yep, that is booster energy, Terra Ghost, Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
On the Val. Yeah.
Yep. What was it? Encore Moonblast Protect.
Encore. It was Encore Dazzle Protect Shadow.
Okay, Dazzle makes sense.
Oh man, but yeah, no, I'm thrilled to be here. Like, thank you again to yourself, SK, everyone who was involved in making that decision to throw it my way. It's been kind of a fun stress time, because my first thought was like, this is fantastic. I'm really happy to be here, and then my next thought was, heck, I need to think of a story.
Are you gonna do the whole detective and everything?
Oh, we've got plans.
Okay, I mean, you do have an extra week, so that's good.
Yes. I've got some plans to put some stuff together. There may be a costume change. There may be a detective.
Ooh. I'm actually kind of excited about that. Okay.
It's gonna be fun.
All right. Well, anything else you want to say to the people before we call it that?
No, just like thank you for watching. Well, obviously, everyone's gonna say it. Watch everyone's content. Like, it's not the most common thing running VGC draft, but it's a heck of a lot of fun to take part in. It's a heck of a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, thank you for having me along, everybody. Looking forward to giving some more crazy battles your way.
Sub to Shroom. Subbed him. All right. Link is down below. Makes fantastic content. You'll see. Make sure if you watch my side and you actually made it this far, first off, I appreciate you got this far in an interview. But please check him out. You won't be disappointed. And just continue to watch his run and check out all the captains. And so see you on the next one, guys. Peace.